The other problem, and this is maybe a more pressing problem, is that the Eastern European country of Ukraine has been facing some pretty heavy losses in an area called the Donbass, and this is a Russian-speaking region of Eastern Ukraine. So it's a Russian-speaking part of Ukraine that abuts against Russia, and it's largely under Russian control now. And I think Putin's going to be very reluctant to give it up. So this creates an awkward situation. In fact, I think here is the potential obstacle to any kind of peace deal, because essentially, what does a peace deal mean? Russia is going to want to hold on to territory and not give it up. Now, will Russia be willing to give something else up, some other land somewhere else in return? Maybe, but chances are if they give up any land at all, and if I know Putin, he's not going to want to give up any land at all. He's going to say, well, listen, we took back what's rightfully ours. We took back a Russian-speaking area of Ukraine. And quite frankly, we fought you, you lost, and that's that. So here is a potential area where there could be a complete breakdown. But on the other hand, Ukraine is going to have to make a decision. And I think Trump is right when he says this is kind of in the hands of Ukraine. Whether Ukraine is willing to give up some of that land on the grounds that, listen, guess what? We got into this fight. Yes, Russia did invade, but the invasion was not without provocation. I think this is the complex truth of the matter. Putin is responsible for the invasion. In that sense, he started it. But he didn't start it in the sense that the underlying issues that led to the invasion, that was not started by Putin. That was started to some degree by Ukraine with a kind of egging on of the West. Hey, go poke the bear, go poke the bear, go poke the bear. And then Ukraine poked the bear, and then the bear lashed out and landed a massive blow on Ukraine, and we're living with the effects of that. Finally, number 5, trilateral possibilities. The next step, Trump has made it very clear, okay, I've met with Putin, I've met with Zelensky now and his troop of European allies, but we're going to have a meeting between Putin and Zelensky. And Debbie was like, it appears like, Zelensky wants Trump to be there. It's almost like Zelensky feels that Trump is like the big man in the room who can stand up to Putin. And I think this is actually true, that Putin respects Trump. Putin probably doesn't respect Zelensky all that much, but he does respect Trump. And when Trump says that, I think Putin wants to do a deal because of me, there is an element of truth to it. Now, it doesn't mean that Putin is so impressed by Trump's personality, but I think what it does mean is that Russia has larger, longer-term objectives with the United States. They would like to see improvements of trade. They might like to see deals that involve oil. They might like to see rare metals and rare earth negotiations, cooperation on issues of technology. So there is, to put it bluntly, bigger fish to fry for Putin than this small, very tiny country of Ukraine. And Putin might figure, listen, I'm willing to take a deal over here that's not, I could probably get a better deal just by beating them up, but I'll take a deal over here because I'm able to make larger headway with the United States. And in some ways, I'll earn Trump's gratitude for helping to resolve a massive conflict on the global stage. Trump will get a lot of credit, and this will open up real possibilities for cooperation between Russia and the United States. That, I think, is actually a smart way to think. Putin's a very smart guy. He's probably thinking along these lines already, and that is the hopeful side of how an agreement could take place. It takes place not because Putin wants to give up very much on his side. He doesn't really have to, but because Putin has other things in mind, other gains that he can secure in dealing with the United States.